You know that feeling? That wave of pure relief when plans get canceled? Yeah, if you've ever felt that, then this one's for you. We're going to dive into the science and the psychology behind why so many of us actually love staying home. It's a feeling a lot of us share, but most of us don't really get the why behind it. So let's unpack that.
I mean, we all have that friend, don't we? The one who's always coming down with something or is just too tired to go out. And it's so easy to take it personally, right? To think they're just flaking on you. But what we're looking at today suggests there's a completely different story going on here.
And that's really the core question we're going to explore. What if canceling isn't about avoiding you? What if it's actually an act of protection? Protecting their energy, their peace, maybe even their sanity. To really get why, we've got to look at the science behind it all.
Okay, first up, we're talking about something you've probably heard thrown around a lot, the social battery. It's more than just a buzzword, though. It's a really powerful way to think about how we all manage our social energy.
And this really breaks it down perfectly. Think about it. For an extrovert, a big party is like plugging your phone into a supercharger. All that noise, the people, the movement, it actually fills them up. But for an introvert, that exact same party is what drains their battery, like watching a video on full brightness. You can almost see the little bars dropping one by one. And for them, home is the only power bank that really works.
So here's the really crucial thing to get. This isn't about being lazy or antisocial. Not at all. It's actually grounded in a real psychological principle called optimal arousal theory. Basically, it just means that everyone has a sweet spot for how much stimulation they need to feel good. And for some people, their nervous system is just, well, it's wired differently. They hit their sweet spot in quieter, calmer places. It's literally biology, not some kind of character flaw.
Okay, so it's not just about your energy battery. The next big piece of the puzzle is all about control. For a lot of people, home isn't just a charging station. It's a sanctuary. It's a refuge from a world that can feel pretty overwhelming.
And just look at this contrast. Out there in the real world, it's totally unpredictable. It's loud, you're forced into small talk, plans change without warning, it's chaotic. But at home, you're the one in charge. You control the lights, you control the noise, you control the whole vibe. You're the master of your own little universe.
And this is so important to understand. For someone who deals with anxiety or is just a highly sensitive person, that control isn't a luxury. It's not just a nice to have. It's a survival tool. It's how they cope in a world that often just feels like way too much.
All right, so we've covered the why people need to stay home. But now let's flip the script. Let's talk about the incredible benefits of actively choosing to stay in. Because while society might look at it and say you're doing nothing, the science tells a very different story. It's almost like a hidden superpower.
See, when you turn down the volume on the outside world, your inner world finally gets a chance to speak up. And that's where the magic happens. It's where you start connecting dots you didn't even see before, where creativity sparks, where you get those aha moments. So it's not about running away from your problems, it's about giving your brain the quiet space it needs to actually solve them.
I love this quote. Staying home isn't doing nothing. It's where the best ideas are born. It just captures that shift in perspective so perfectly, doesn't it? Choosing to stay home isn't a passive act. It can be one of the most active and productive things you do, especially for your mind. It's really a powerful form of self-awareness.
Okay, but we do need to make a really important distinction here, because there's a huge difference between a home that's a peaceful refuge you choose and a home that feels more like a cage you can't escape from. And this is a question it's worth asking yourself honestly. Do you stay home because it genuinely fills you up, or because the thought of leaving just feels too heavy? Is your choice coming from a place of strength and self-care, or is it maybe coming from a place of fear? Because one is about finding peace, and the other, well, the other is about hiding.
This lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got peace. That's when you're making a conscious choice to recharge, to be with yourself. But on the other side, you've got hiding. And that can be a sign of something deeper, things like social anxiety, trauma, or depression, where leaving the house just feels completely overwhelming. Knowing which one it is for you, that's absolutely key.
So, for all the people out there who genuinely, healthily love being at home, you're not missing out. No way. You're just choosing to live a different kind of life, a life that values depth over all the noise. And you know what? There's actually a psychological term for this. It's called a low stimulation preference. And it's not about being bored. It's about being fulfilled by less. It's about finding real joy in the small, quiet rituals. That first cup of coffee in the morning, getting lost in a good book. It's because your inner world is so rich, you just don't need constant entertainment from the outside.
And really, when you boil it all down, it comes to this simple, powerful choice right here. It's about choosing your own peace over the constant performance of a life that other people expect from you.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. If you're someone who feels genuinely happy, like truly content, having a Saturday night all to yourself, you're not broken. You're not boring. You are just wired differently. And the real question isn't, are you missing out? The real question is, are you brave enough to honor the way you're actually built?